Hiya, Laurie here, welcome back. So today I thought we would do a little unboxing and boxing of my raffle box. So these are now on their way to their recipients, so thank you very much for everyone who took part in my raffle. It really meant the world to me, and I really hope that you love the contents of your box. And if you're anything like me, you're probably itching to know what is inside it. So I thought I would give you a little sneak peek if you are interested. If you're not interested and you want to wait until your box arrives, stop watching now, because spoiler alert. But if you're anything like me and you're too nosy to wait, I'm going to put you out your misery and show you what's inside. So obviously every box will be slightly different. Every item that's in the boxes, you will have one of every item, but they will be slightly different, if that makes sense. So if you've got, for instance, one ink pad will be maybe a different colour from another box. So slight variations of the same item. But here is the box. So this is the raffle box. So I held a raffle recently, and it was a raffle to win one of my handmade journals of your choice, and the runners-up all won a box instead, and it's just full of craft items, as much as I could fit in for the price of the ticket. So I've just collaged on the front, and then let's go inside. There are still a few of these available, which will be available on my Etsy as of before this video, so I don't know if there'll be any left, but there are a few left to purchase out with the raffle, because the raffle is now obviously finished. So I've popped a bit of tissue paper on the top, and then this is what you see when you take it off. So I've tried to put as many goodies as I could in here. Let's just see. So I've popped some washi tape, obviously. You can see that one through the little drawstring bag. And the rest are all wrapped and collaged and whatnot. So this is a little matchbox that I created. Most of the things in this box I have made myself. So there'll be stamped items, things like that. Obviously some purchased items, but most of the items are made by myself. So in here we have a good selection of label stickers, which I have stamped on sticker paper, and they go in there, and then I've just collaged on the top of the box. So I'm going to a little bit more detail for everybody, because in my last packing box I had a few comments saying that they didn't really get the full scope of the box, didn't get to see pretty much everything that was inside it properly. So I thought I would do a more in-depth packing of this box. It probably will take me a minute, so definitely get comfy. So I'm just going to go through and show you the items. I'm not going to open them obviously, but I will then go ahead and wrap them with you. So here's the collaged envelope, which has been sealed with a little tiny wax seal. And then here we have another paper book page envelope from a vintage book page, which I've sealed with a little sticker. And then we have a little coin envelope with a butterfly closure here. Another vintage book page envelope, which I have sealed with a wax seal. And these are some tags that I have stamped myself and then punched out. And again, I will show you those fully in the wrapping process, and then this does open up as well, but I would need to take that part off. There is actually something I haven't put in this box yet. And then here we have a little journal, a little wrapped present here, another little envelope with a love heart seal there, and then a large sort of envelope booklet, and then I just popped a bit of tracing paper with my shop title on the bottom. And then the last item, which wasn't in here because I had just made it, finished making a little box, is here, and it's just got a bit of handmade typed ribbon surrounding it. So this is the contents of the box, ready to be opened and enjoyed. So I'm just going to pop this all away and then we can start wrapping it together. Here's the box, and just for measurement's sake I will tell you that it is 7.5 inches by 7.5 inches, and it is 2 inches deep. Alright, so I do have a little box here with the goodies that are to go inside it. So I've cut down a little piece of tracing paper to fit inside. And then I'm just going to grab my stamp and my ink. And this is just my shop, like my shop's name stamp. And there we go. So like I said, I do have a box here that's like the stuff in it that I need. So I've got my wrapping paper. This is just plain white paper that I have stamped on. And then I've got the stuff to collage the top. But I will show you the items in the order that they will go in to the box. So this is the collaged envelope page flip thingamabob. So it opens up. I've just got some Avro twine closing that there, and then it opens up like so. We have a bunch of goodies here. So we've got like tickets and like a library card, bingo cards, memo pads, pages rather, labels, all those amazing fun things that we love to use. And then over here I've got some stickers, like paper doll stickers, and some fussy cut flowers. And then just a couple of sheets of handmade paper, one that's blank and then one that I have pressed flowers into. Excuse me. So that just wraps around, and then there's a smaller piece here that you tie it to. And I've left a good length on this so that it can be removed and used in something else. And that just sits in like so. So the next item would be our little notebook, and I've just embossed this really pretty flower on the front cover, and this is linen laid cardstock, and it's a sort of off-white cream colour. It's actually the same cardstock that I used for one of my own Traveller Notebooks inserts, and I absolutely love how it feels. Texture is just amazing. And then on the inside it's just plain white paper. So I've just wrapped this up with some beautiful cream lace. I'll actually slip this underneath so you can get a proper view of that. So it's really pretty cream lace. So I just wrap it round like so. So I just went and grabbed the twine that I used, and it's a really pretty thread. I'll show you in a second. So I'm just kind of gathering this round relatively tight. And then I take this stuff here, which is just gorgeous. It's got like shimmered thread weaved through it and little sequences kind of darted about or dotted about. So I'm just going to take a length of that, or attempt to. There we go. And because I want them to be able to use the lace, I'm not going to adhere that in any way. So I'm just kind of holding it in place as I wrap this around. And then I like to tuck it underneath to give it a good hold when I pull it. And then tie it off. Okay, so while that's melting, I've just grabbed a little bit of parchment paper or baking paper, and I'm just going to slide that under here, and that's just going to stop my wax from attaching itself to the lace and obviously making it unusable in that area. So all I want is the thread to be sealed. So by putting this underneath, it won't stick. So I'm just going to take my wax now and pour it on. And I'm going to use the little mushroom because I honestly can't remember what one I used. And I have it sitting out for the top part. So the really cool part about this is they can then reuse this. If they were to just trim the twine around it, they could then reuse this wax seal. And then obviously the lace underneath isn't going to be damaged or tampered with in any way, so they get the full scope of the lace. I have a bubble in my throat and it will not quit. So I like to apply this metallic rub-on stuff to the top of my wax seals. I just got this on Amazon and I really love it. It comes with all these different colours, and they're just beautiful. I love it. So this is what it looks like, and I'm just going to kind of give it a little tug. And then I can pull this away. And there we go. So I'm just going to take a little bit of this gold here and rub it over the top there. And I think that's really pretty. So next we have our little handmade envelope, and I've made this out of a beautiful botanical vintage book page. And then inside we have a bunch of stamped labels that vary in size and colour. And these are all stamped on like really nice paper. So they're on like linen laid or hammered or things like that. And they're all in different colours and different shapes. Different designs and different sizes. This one I've perforated in the middle, so it's technically 2. And got a fair amount of these. So they all go in here. And then for this one, I've just sealed it with a sticker. And this is a sticker that I have stamped and then punched out on craft coloured sticker paper. And there we go. This envelope is just a plain white envelope that I then collaged on top of. So I've just got like a book page in the back, a little doily that I've also stamped on, a little flower, one of those labels that are in the envelope before, a vintage lady, and then this really pretty floral image here. And then on the inside we have a bunch of different sort of memo pages. So we've got some jars, some botanical themed, a piece of vellum ticket style, and then just again a bunch of different sort of labels and writing pages. Some are perforated like this one. Some are decorative. Some are sort of like handmade paper. These two have got a handmade paper sort of feel to them. And then I've also got some vintage wallpaper, 2 different types. And then 2 sticker sheets tucked in there as well. And those all just go back in here. So unfortunately I couldn't get any book paper due to the size of the box. I couldn't really get any book pages in there. For this one I've just put a pre-made wax seal. So I'm just going to grab my glue. Yeah, so because of the size of the box I really couldn't fit any book paper, book pages, so I just kind of made up for that with more writing paper. So I really have filled this as much as possible, and I hope that you're happy with it. And that just slips on there like so. And there we go. So the next item is this handmade paper tag, and inside the front pocket, which I have stamped on with a cotton ball flower, I've stamped a bunch of tags. I think there's about 20 if I remember correctly, and they're all different sizes and shapes, and again they're on that beautiful linen laid paper. It's slightly thicker, I think it's like 150 GSM, but it's not quite card, so they're great for just sticking in your journal. But if you did want to use them as an actual tag, you would probably need to back them on some sort of cardstock just to give them a bit more stability. And then this opens up, and I've just popped in some pre-made wax seals and I've just used some photo corners to do that. They're on a piece of acetate, so they do slip out, and they're just held in place with some double-sided sticky tape, so you can just peel them off and use them however you want to use them. And I've used all my sort of vintage lady style cameo wax seals, and then my smaller ones as well. So you get a decent amount. You get 4, 5, 6, 7 of them and they're all in different colours. So, and then I've just sealed that with a piece of Raffle twine, and again I've used a different colour from the last one, and I just double it over so that when I pop it through it's kind of bushier. So I just pop it through like a normal tag and pull it up. But I now have this little loop here, whoops, which I then trim open, and it just makes it a bit more bushy at the top. And then these slip in the pocket. And like so. So obviously there isn't as much in this box as in my ephemera favourite things ephemera box, but obviously the price difference is a lot. So I have tried to fit in as much as I could, and obviously the packaging is very, very similar. I actually really love how these came out. So I've got some vintage buttons, and then a metre or just over a metre of this beautiful white lace in there as well, and everybody has the same lace this time. So obviously the vintage buttons are different because I only have one of each, so those sit in there, and then that just folds over, and then I've got this really pretty wool that where's my Brit stick? I'm just going to put a little tiny bit of glue there, just literally a dot, just to hold that closed while I do this. There we go. And then I have a wax seal, a pre-made wax seal in here as well. And I'm just going to add some glue to the back and stick that down. And there we go. And then we have the ticket booklet. I did do a tutorial on these, or craft with me. If you're interested, I will link it below. And I just think that they're really fun and really great for collaging. So I wrap those up with this wrapping paper here, and I use some of my stickers. So again, these are the same stickers that I used in my ephemera box before, and I just made them myself. So I just stamped on them, and then I used my circle punches to punch them out. And there we go. And then we have our little Matchbox again, and again it's just the same. Everybody has the same labels. I forgot to count how many is in that actually, for which I apologise. This is like a little coin, not coin, pillow cushion box type thing, and that's where I have popped the ink. So this one is in the colour Sage, and then a little butterfly stamp goes in there as well. And I've used Edith Holden pages to wrap these, and then I've just got this handmade typed ribbon that I wrap around it. So I just pop a little bit of glue. Sorry, I thought it would be faster to do that off camera because my glue is nearing its end. So I've just popped a little bit of glue at the very ends of the ribbon, and then I wrap it over so that they're overlapping one another. And I'm just going to give it a wee squeeze to make sure that they're nice and tight, like so. And while that's drying, I then put a little cameo on the front of it. So I'm going to grab my wax and get it melted. So I just use these, I don't even remember really what they're called, which is terrible. But they're rubber, and then they're mould. There we go, rubber mould. And you can just pour whatever you want in here. Usually it's like polymer clay or resin or whatever, but I've been putting wax in them to make these cute little wax cameos. I do have these in the shop as well, or if I don't at the moment, I will have them in the shop soon. I still need to take all the pictures and put up the description and everything like that, but they will be up soon. So I just pour the wax in, let it dry and set rather, and then pop it out, and they're really, really beautiful. I love them. So while that's drying, I'm just going to show you the washi tapes. Again, every washi tape will be slightly different, but everyone has a wide washi tape and a thinner washi tape, and they will be in like complementary colours. So this is for this pack, so it's like a grid, and then like a deep, almost browny purple to go with that mustard colour. And I've just put them in these really pretty drawstring bags. So once it's set, you'll be able to kind of peel it away without it making any sort of movement. And then here we go. I absolutely love these. I like to use them in my own personal journal as well. And I just think they're the sweetest little wax seals ever. So I like to pop that right here. So again, I'm going to grab my glue and pop it down. And there we go. And the really cool thing is that they can obviously pop this off and use it in whatever craft project they want to use it in. So we have our little coin envelope here, which I've made out of a vintage botanical book page. So you just press the wings together and it opens up. And then inside I've made a little memo pad. So I've just stamped these, and then you'd tear off the top one and use it, and then so on and so forth. So that just slips in there, and then obviously they can use the envelope as well. So again, you just push the wings together and then flatten them out, and that keeps it closed. Lastly, we have our little love heart envelope. So I've done a little collage on the back of this one because it's just plain writing paper. And then this one's a little heart. So you just push the two heart pieces together and it slips off. And then on the inside, we just have a bunch of different stickers and things like that. So they two have stuck together for some weird reason. 2 doilies there, 3 sorry. Some of the frames, some words, a little Chinese or Asian script. These are just stamps that I've stamped myself, and they say specimen, and I've given them a ragged edge and inked them up. And then I've got a calling card sticker and a sort of collage style sticker in there as well. So again, everyone is slightly different, but you will have the same amount of items within your little envelope and the same sort of style of items. And there we go. So that is the last thing to go in the box, and I've kind of packed it terribly this time round, but I'm going to just kind of slide things in the way that I want them to sit as much as I can, and try and keep them away from the edges if I can. And then just to add that extra stability so that things don't move around as much, I just scrunch up a bit of tissue paper. This is just really nice white tissue paper. I really love the feel of it. It's like butter. Well, like silk rather. It's really nice. And then I just kind of pat it down to help kind of grab all the items. And then I just collage the top. So I have a piece of book paper here, and this is really cool. I love this stuff. It's Russian or something, and it's just really pretty. So I just take a Pritt stick and glue that down. And then I have my shop label, which is also a sticker. And that goes... Nope, it doesn't. I almost forgot. Get off me, please. I almost forgot to add this little guy, so awkward. But at least I remembered before I stuck it down. So it's just a little ticket. And then like so. And then I've got a little vintage lady here. And she just hangs out in the corner down here. So I've collaged all the books, the boxes the same way. So I've got a bit of lace here. And I've just popped some double-sided sticky tape on the back for convenience. So I just need to kind of peel it off. So I just stick this down along that white edge there. Like so. And then I've got these little roses, which I love to add to the items in my shop when I'm packaging them up. So I just trim off that little excess there, and then I add my wax seal. And there we go. So as you can see, I touched it a little too soon, but it's not too bad. So I'm just going to take one of these pens here. It is a brush pen, metallic brush pen, and I just got these on Amazon, and they come in like a pack of 5 colours possibly. And this is a nice green, sorry, emerald green colour. So I'm just using that to highlight mushroom and little reef. And that is our box. So now I will wrap it, and I'm using the same wrapping paper that I used for the ephemera boxes. So I stamped this with metallic rose gold ink. If you do this, you might want to do it a few days ahead of time, because I don't know if all metallic inks are the same, but any that I have used need about 24 hours to dry fully. Otherwise they're constantly transferring onto your hands and stuff. So I just wrap it up. And again, I just use my, oops, wrong way, my stickers, and I just use 3 large ones. And there we go. So I'm going to also take my little rub-on thingamabob and highlight that, and that's just my shop wax label thingy. So it's got my shop name on it, and then every customer gets a thank you letter. So hold on, I'm going to clean my finger. So like I was saying, every customer gets a thank you letter. So I pop the letter and my business card in a handmade envelope. So this is a vintage book page from one of my favourite vintage botanical style books. And then I've just overlaid some lace to kind of seal it together. And then all my customers get a matchbook notebook as a thank you. So they kind of change as I make them. It just depends what book pages I have available, because that's what I use for the cover. So for these ones, I've just used regular book page. Last one I used botanicals. So because I've used, I've got 2 sitting here because I've got 2 boxes to go out. But because I've used this regular book page, I've done a little collage on the front of this one, and then I've also got some lace just to hide the staples as well. And then I grab my thank you wax seal. And there we go. I hope you enjoyed that, and that it wasn't too long. But I'm going to go and get these in the post. And again, thank you so much to everyone who took part in the raffle. I hope you love your box as much as I do, and that you love playing with all your new goodies. And like I said, there are still a couple available in my shop that were left over from the raffle, if you would like to pick them up. I'm not sure how many will be available once I've put this video up, but there are still a few available as I'm filming it, if I can get that out. But yeah, so hopefully you enjoyed this and it gave you some inspiration, and I will see you all soon. Take care and God bless. Bye.